Okay. If anybody remembers the Brady Bunch episode where Cindy Brady's, they're yelling, Baton Rouge, Baton Rouge. That's how I am with cameras. In other words, I freeze, so I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know how I'm going to say it, but I think this video is worth making. Okay, so the reason I'm making this video is because I recently sold off a bunch of my Canon photo equipment, and I took a haircut on the price I got. And I just want to give you guys, or anybody that's watching this, a heads up on what they can expect if they sell their equipment. Because I sold some lenses through two different companies. One was KEH and one was MPB. Now, I had never heard of these companies before. I actually only usually buy, or I shouldn't say I sell, but eBay is one that I buy through. I've never sold to them. And Adorama I've purchased from, and I think I said eBay before, but eBay, B&H Photo, and Adorama, those are the three biggies in my world. They're all in either New York City or eBay used to be great. I'll tell you the problem I have with eBay in a second. Okay, so what did I have? I still have this 5D Mark III, okay? It's right here. I use this thing, or I used to use this all the time. When it first came out, I got it like the first week it came out. I used it mainly for pictures. I still have this inexpensive lens that I purchased, that I used for a 50mm 1.4, and it's got a clear lens filter on it. And I kept this Canon EF 135mm f2L lens right here because they wanted to give me practically nothing for this. All right, so here's this lens. Now, had I thought about this more, I would have made better videos. What I'm going to do is I'm going to superimpose or put into this video. I took videos with a GoPro of all things, and I also have one of those Osmo Pocket 3s. I used that to take some videos of the lenses that I was selling. I'll tell you what I sold. I sold 3 really good zoom lenses that I had. First one I sold was a 70-200 f2.8L Mark II lens. Hardly used, okay? Second thing I sold was a 24-70L, also Mark II 2.8. Third thing I sold was 100-400 millimeter, 4.5 to 5.6, also L, Mark II. So those 3 lenses, I paid probably close to $3,000 for the 100-400. The other 2 lenses I paid probably $2,500 when they came out. The lenses were like new. Okay, this camera body maybe has 10,000 activations on it total. I'm not a professional photographer. These lenses never left my house. Maybe they went into my backyard as I was taking pictures at a party. I don't do this professionally. I don't travel. I don't put them in bags, and they're not subject to humidity. Not only that, the day I get the lenses, I have these B&W clear UV filters. Immediately put these on the front of the lenses. Always put a rear lens cap. Save the boxes. Anyway, the lenses that I sold were in tip-top, I mean like brand new condition, okay? They stay in my house, not like a moldy garage or moldy basement. They were perfect. Not only that, I keep the little bead. I have some cameras around the house, and they have the little moisture-absorbing beads inside the camera. So I made it a habit of putting the moisture beads in, not right next to the lens, but in my camera bag or in the box if I keep the lens in there, because I don't want any moisture to get in there, and if it does, I want it to be absorbed. So, all right, so let me tell you what your options are if you sell the lenses, and I'll tell you what happened. Okay, I mean, it's probably a story that everybody's been through if they've sold lenses online. Okay, so first thing I did was I looked up on eBay what I could get for those lenses. and all three lenses were somewhere around $1,000 to $1,200 on a good day. That's not great, but that is, the fair market value. That's what people are paying for lenses in excellent condition. If you buy, in the past, I've sold some pretty expensive things on eBay. I had a very expensive Canon camera prior to this, sold on eBay for a few $1,000s. The person paid me, no problem. Since then, eBay has become much shadier, let's call it. They do not, I haven't sold as many things as a lot of people on eBay. However, if you have a poor experience, like somebody says it's broken and sends you back a box of rocks, you're pretty much screwed, from what I understand. They take the money right out of PayPal, they take it back out of your account, and for the most part, they almost always side with the purchaser. I sold a relatively inexpensive camera, like a point and shoot, that was maybe $400 or $500. I literally took a video from the packing the thing. It was one long video, like 20 minutes long. I even put the camera in my car and drove it to the FedEx location and sent it off. Again, somebody could say anything. They could say they got it and it was broken. They got it and it was cracked. I took pictures of the serial numbers. I tried to do everything I could to protect myself from fraud. But I have heard, and if you look around, horror stories of fraud. People taking your lens, putting a different lens in there with a different serial number, then they give the money back to the person. You have to fight with eBay and prove that it was a different serial number lens. Or they say there's a big scratch on it. And there's just a million things. They could use it for a week, and then send it back, say it doesn't perform the way they wanted it to. So that's the number one issue with eBay. Number two issue is it's 15%. Their charge is 15% plus any additional fees. So 15% of 1,000 is 150. 15% of 1,200 is like 180. I figured it out. So basically, I would net 850 to 1,000 if I did it on eBay. 1,000 if I sold it for 1,200. 850 if I sold it for 1,000. And that's not adding, that's just the 15%. There are other fees that they have sometimes. If you choose a larger ad or bold letters, you can put another $20 or $30 on there. So the best you could hope for, I was thinking $850 to $1,000. Now, here's really the reason I made this. You're not going to get what they promise you on these websites. Unless the lens is in crappy condition and they're promising you 3 cents, maybe then they'll give you 3 cents, okay? Like I said, I'm gonna put into this video, I'm not sure when or where, I'm gonna put into this video the video or part of the video that I took of these things before I packed them off and sent them away. What I did was I went online, B&H, as well as KEH, as well as MPB have online services. You put in the lens, you put in the serial number, you put in the model number, you put in the condition, and you put in any accessories you have. For these lenses, I had everything. I had the box. I had the pouch, like brand new that it came in. I had some of these, the larger lenses had big, heavy duty pouches, like never used them. The pouch had a strap, again, unused. I had the styrofoam that came in the case. I had everything. The thing was brand new. Not only that, but I took the filter off the front because I wasn't going to give them a $100 filter for nothing. I took a blower. I blew any dust. I looked, the things were perfect. There wasn't a mar. There wasn't a mar on the outside or inside. Here's what this lens looks like. And it was every bit as perfect as this. The threads, maybe I put it on and took it off 50 times. I mean, like absolutely new. Okay. So I went on B&H, and let's just say for argument's sake, B&H was the lowest amount of money for all three lenses. Not a lot, but they're, if thinking about it now, they were probably the most honest. I don't know this for a fact, but they probably said $825 and they would have given me $825. Instead, what I got was I picked the best. I sent two of my lenses to KEH, which was located in like Kentucky, I think, and one of the lenses to MPB, which was located in Brooklyn. So you have to put down the condition. So they give you the guidelines. They were all not brand new, but like new, like as close to new as you can get. So I think MPB gave me a price of $900 for one lens, and the KEH were both in the high eights, 800 and something, 800 and something. So I said, all right, 816, I'll get $2,800, $2,700, 918, 27, $2,600 for these three lenses, fine. So I send the first one to Brooklyn, KPB, and I worried a little bit. You know, Brooklyn is, there can be areas where it's shady. Let me tell you, they were good. They sent me a electronic deposit into my bank account like 4 days later. However, first thing that happens 3 days later is they send me a thing saying, we've now looked at your lens and we're going to give you our appraisal. So of course, nonsense. Okay, I don't think anybody is going to pay you what they tell you when you put the condition yourself. Again, like I said, everybody probably thinks their lenses are in good condition. Mine were perfect. Like I defy somebody to find anything wrong with any lens. You know, like not even like a mar on the outside of it, these things. So I get the thing from KPB. They're going to now give me, instead of $900, let's say $825. I look, what did they find? There's some moisture. I mean, impossible if there was moisture anyplace. Okay, not only that, I sent it with a little packet in the box. There's no moisture. I mean, I looked, you don't want fungus. There's not going to be moisture in the house without, if you had moisture, you'd have a fungus. Okay, there's just no question about it. The thing was perfect. So what am I going to do? Say, give me the lens back, send it back to me, and argue with them for $25 and then try to sell it on eBay? So I made up my mind I'm going to take whatever these companies give me, as bad as it's going to be, and that's what I did. So they were 3 days later. I accepted their offer. 3 days later, I get whatever it was, $825 direct deposited into my bank account like I asked them. You can ask for a check if you want. Done. Second one, KEH. It took, and this MPB, I'm in New York, it took like 2 days. I sent it. They actually send you a shipping label also, so the shipping is free. FedEx, again, it took like a day to get there. It was there like a day or two later. The KEH took a longer time. It took like 5 days to get there, and they didn't grade it right away. It said, we received it. Within the next 4, 5, or 6 days, we'll get back to you. Same exact thing, except it wasn't nearly as transparent what was the matter with the lens. What they found was the matter with the two lenses. KPB immediately sent me, here's why we're downgrading it, here's the problem, here's what it is, call us if you want to discuss it. And I didn't call. KEH, here's your offer, we downgraded again, each one $825 or $840, and I couldn't even find what was the matter with them. You know, they went from like new to excellent plus. Again, I think this is their thing. I think these companies say, you know, we're in the business of doing this. What are they going to do? For $50, they're going to ask for it to be sent back and play around for 2 weeks? Maybe if I would have called up and been more assertive, it's possible they would have given me what they promised. But I think the deal these companies kind of have in their head is if they do 1,000 of these a year and they get $50 off on each lens, that's $50,000, right? I don't know, whatever it is, it's 5,000, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. They figure they're in business to make money. And to me, it was still less hassle than if I would have worried about eBay, you know? So I checked, okay, send me the, oh, and they didn't have a direct deposit, okay? So KEH did not have a direct deposit. They will put the money in a PayPal account for you, which I do not want to do. So I asked for a check. So whatever it was, 10 days later, I get a check to my house. I took it to the bank. I deposited it. It cleared. But again, I got less by about $75 a lens than I thought. Here's what I think. I think B&H is a really large place. I think there's no bait and switch with B&H. Maybe other people might think otherwise, but if they've been through it, I haven't. I've only purchased things from them. They have everything. They're great. I don't really return anything, so I have a good reputation with them. So that's the story with these things. I think B&H, when they gave me the price of whatever it was, like $875, $825, $850 for each lens, that's probably what they would have given me. You know, so it wound up probably being the same, except with these other places, they both promised me $900 and ultimately gave me $825, as opposed to B&H that probably promised me $825, would have given me $825. I can't see them going any lower. So that's how it works. If you want to sell your camera equipment, prepare to take a haircut. Unless the only way you can do better is, had I joined one of these camera sites and there was somebody within 100 miles that was reputable that wanted to buy the camera lenses, and I met them someplace and they gave me cash, and that was the end of it. You know, some of these things, if you're on the buying end, you have to pay tax. So for a buyer, they have to pay tax again, which is kind of crazy because I paid tax on the $3,000 when I bought the lens. So somebody else has to pay tax on the $1,500 when they buy it again. Nice gig if you can get it, collecting tax more than once. But that's it. I'll show you the video. Like I said, I wish I converted over. The reason I sold these is I'm taping this on a camcorder, Sony camcorder. I've got all the Sonys now. I switched over to Sonys. Not better, more videos I'm doing. So better for videos. For my needs, stupid little YouTube videos, a GoPro is probably enough. You know, this thing is great if I want like a secondary or better videos and I want to take pictures also. I didn't sell these two things. It wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it for $300. They were going to give me a $250 for this camera. And this was about $1,500. This f2 lens, 135 millimeter L. I think they want to give me like $400 for it. For $400 and $300, $700 or $600, I'll keep these two things. So, you know, like I said, low usage. The camera works great. I'll use this for taking pictures. I didn't need those other lenses. I used the money for other equipment. I got a camcorder, of all things, that I'm taping this on now. But that's the story, all right? So thanks for watching. If you have any experiences with any of these places, let me know. I had never even heard of KEH. I had never even heard of MPB. But believe it or not, I was on a site and I was talking to somebody about something, and they said, oh yeah, they buy cameras, equipment, and also. So I looked them both up, and sure enough, same thing. And like I said, they won because they gave me the high ball. They bait and switched me perfectly. They put down a good initial price. I bit. I sent the cameras there. I sent the lenses there, and then they lowered the price really for no reason. You know, I can't imagine. I can imagine everybody thinks that, but you can see for yourself. You know, literally, somebody who got these lenses got a great. They got them in the box. They got them with the styrofoam. They got them with the cases unused. They got them with the little carrying straps unopened, like completely brand new. That kind of luck never happens to me when I buy something. Nothing's ever perfect like that. But that is the story, and thanks for watching, and leave any comments below. I'm not sure when I spliced in that other footage or the other, the other or if that's even interesting, you can skip past it if you want. But I thought it'd be interesting to see. Again, had I thought about this, I would have used this camera and this prime lens to take videos of the equipment that I was sending back. But it was more to make sure that the serial numbers weren't changed. Somebody didn't send back a different lens or anything like that. More gross stuff than looking at the quality of the glass, because I knew it was perfect. All right, thanks for watching, and hope somebody got something out of this. Sell your equipment to a friend or somebody who has the money and just wants to buy it from you. Much better off. Smaller audience, but you'll be better off in the long run.